Holy macaroni. I have to see over here. Okay, kids. Let me know how we hear. I'll be back in 2 seconds. 2 and 2. Hello, 10 in the house. Oh, let me see what we can do this. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. Ho, ho, ho. All right, now we're getting somewhere. Okay. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? How's the video and the audio? Is it breaking up? Is it quality? Let's get her done. Oops, sorry guys. Everything is backwards. Okay, great. All right, great. This is the only way I can live stream. I obviously Facebook doesn't, or YouTube doesn't want me to live stream on YouTube, but we're now live streaming on my phone on YouTube Studio. Pretty fantastic. The normal crap, low bandwidth. Well, we shouldn't be having that. We have Starlink, so it should be very high quality. Are you not getting high quality video? Because we can go and I'm trying to hash out all the kinks here. So Chris G says it looks good. Someone else says it looks like crap. So tell me what it actually looks like. I need a few people. Now, I just sent like hundreds of people to the bad live stream. I need a few people. Okay, it looks fine. It looks great on my end. This looks amazing. All right. Yeah, it's going to be 720 until it parses up into high def. Okay, great. This is the best we can do right now until I figure out how to do something else. So it's worth it. And I'm just going to try to share this out on the Twitter, get a few more people in here. Although people can't be that dumb. They knew we were just trying to do the other thing. Ding, ding. And now here we are. So let me just put this up on at least Oppenheimer Ranch Project on Facebook. Get a few of those people in here. Let's post it there on my news feed. And I'm posting it everywhere. That's what I'm doing right now. So let me share this on Oppenheimer Ranch, and then we'll just chat for a minute here. And I'll answer a few questions on the video I just posted. And I also want to talk about some dumb stuff about some of the content I've been getting from people where they're literally telling me in the last video that I just did over on Magnetic Reversal News, people are telling me it was clickbait. Meanwhile, every single word in the title was facts about science and about an out-of-control rocket part from a SpaceX Falcon 9 launched in 2015 that's going to smash into the moon on March 4th here. I believe it's 7 a.m.-ish my time. I'll be up. Hope you guys will be too. Not that we're going to see anything, but okay. So if you have any questions, I'd love to answer them. Here's another thing. As we've been posting over on Oppenheimer Ranch Project after it's been demonetized and remonetized, a lot of the subscribers there are unsubscribing. They're unsubscribing because I interviewed Jacob Israel and they don't like the things we're talking about. Well, that's fine. Look, if you don't have the capacity or the intellect to listen to different thoughts and processes, I don't even know why you're watching our channel. So please go the fuck away for all I care. Like if your whole purpose is to watch what I'm producing and to leave negative comments below to make my day bad, well then there's a sickness within you that you need to take care of. It's not my problem. The videos and the content I produce are for my subscribers and for people that are new to the channel that want to learn about things. And if that is not in your purview, please go the fuck away and stop harassing me. And this has become the narrative of many people in the world today, that their sole purpose is to harass others and to shut them down because their point of view is different from theirs. I mean, what type of world are we living in? It's become a sickness, and it's become, I don't think they're trolls. I think this is a new narrative. There's actually, humanity has split in two. Half of humanity is argumentative assholes that can't take constructive criticism. And certainly what that does is it eliminates the entire scientific method. Because the people that are for mandates and for government telling them what to do, they certainly aren't for the scientific method, which is why all of science currently in the mainstream is a false narrative. Now, in case you don't know, 8 years ago, a law was passed, the Smith Modernization Act, which allows all of our media in the United States to be propaganda machines. They're allowed to produce 100% propaganda to support the narrative of the government. And what's happened in the last 10 years since the passing of the Smith Modernization Act is the complete breakdown of media. Journalism. There is no journalism. When you're watching the mainstream media, it's mainstream propaganda. There is zero journalism. All the journalists today are like me. We're small, we're localized, we're on YouTube, we're on Rumble, we're on Instagram, we're on ShitShoot, we're all over the place, but we certainly aren't on ABC, CBS, NBC, or any of the other troll platforms of propaganda that exist. Those are just for the puppets. I'm trying to work with me here. Hold on, I gotta get rid of this. How the f do we get out of that? I'm trying to get rid. Oh, let me see. Nope. Okay. Well, can't do it. We can only do one thing at a time. So mainstream media is completely complicit in lying to you and 100% legal propaganda based on the Smith Modernization Act. And now we have the mainstream media and corporatocracy that's running the world. You're not in a democracy, you're in a corporatocracy. Please watch Idiocracy if you want to get up to speed. But the corporatocracy is now controlling the narrative. And once they started controlling the narrative back then, we started marching against them during the last solar cycle. We had Occupy Wall Street. We had March Against Monsanto. And now we're entering the next solar max. So for the next 2 years, what you're going to see is huge outbursts of humanity marching against the narrative. We're going to see marches like you've never seen before in the next 2 years. It's based on science. It's based on social science and actual science. And things we've witnessed over the last several solar cycles, that what we're entering is a new time period of protest. And God, someone's calling. Hold on. Hello? FBI. We don't want any. Second time we've had that call come in, so. 106 watching. Give me a thumbs up. I haven't been watching the comments. 420's in the house. Do we have any questions? Let's get some questions in here. Let me see if I can get this a better angle. Yeah! That's a pretty badass angle. I have it up in the pen holder here. It's looking pretty badass. All right, okay. So now that we're in the pen holder, I'll be able to answer any of your questions. 120 in the house, 74 thumbs ups. The best live stream we've ever been able to muster. Wow, this is looking pretty good. I'm liking it. I'm just gonna have to get a tripod for this other camera, which is on my phone. And I'm sure the audio is coming from my phone. Is the audio still good, or is it breaking up? Fucking A. I love it when a plan comes together. This is definitely going to be demonetized. So what I'll do with this is I'll put it up on Rumble in just a few minutes. All right. 420 Freedomist, good audio, better than your laptop. Okay, great. 5x5, Mr. Bovine. Fucking A, says Sherry Lynn. And guys, if you're a moderator, you've been a little harsh. People can curse. They just can't yet use that F-U-C-K term. We got to eliminate that. But they can curse. They can use other curse words. They can certainly say bad things about people we don't like. When will the sun switch poles? It's P-O-L-E-S. James Lerner. The other polls, P-O-L-L-S, is when you're voting. But the sun switches poles every 22 years. So you go north to south, and 11 years later, it goes one half switch, and 11 years after that, it's a full switch. That's called the Hale cycle. But the sun is switching poles now, and solar maximum will be in 2 years from now, 2 to 3 years. So north will officially be on the south in 2 to 3 years. And then 11 years from that, it'll switch back and it'll be a full solar polar reversal in 22 years, the Hale cycle. And so we're just experiencing the next 11-year portion of that, a half a switch. So Pete says, will magnetic excursions cause cooling due to cosmic rays? Well, it's completely up in the air there. Cosmic rays, what we know about it, cause speciation. They cause, I know a lot of people don't like me to say it, but they cause evolution. So spontaneous evolution is caused by cosmic rays hitting our genes and changing them. Cosmic rays also cause cloud nucleation, and they also cause persistent contrails. So the entire chemtrail world is being duped by cosmic rays increasing. Cosmic rays are increasing cloud nucleation, which cause more rain and snow and mud floods. So what was the actual question? That's what I want to know. Whatever the question was, cosmic rays will cause more rain, more snow, more clouds, and cooling. Yes, the question was cooling. So yes, cosmic rays do cause cooling. But more importantly, they cause cosmic catastrophe cycles. So the flexure point we're entering, cosmic rays are going to exponentially increase, which causes the biome to change. Was the Younger Dryas event a solar minimum? Klaus Wegener. Klaus, solar minimums happen every 11 years, and they're not significant. Every 5 or 6 solar minimums is a grand minimum. Every 10 or 20 is a super grand minimum, and there aren't even terms for this in the nomenclature. But what happened during the Younger Dryas event was a larger cosmic cycle. And this is happening and is caused externally to our solar system. The Younger Dryas cycle, the 12,600 year cycle, is not a solar minimum. It is a galactic cycle. And this galactic cycle is known as the yuga cycle, or the cosmic catastrophe cycle. It is a period of time when there is huge amounts of cosmic ray flux, the likes of which we don't see. We do see them about 4 times every 26,000 years, but the 26,000 year cycle is a unique cycle. We are now on that 13,005 cycle. We're on the half cycle, which is a sea level fall surface cycle based on geology. So what happens now is the sea level is going to drop rapidly. And that means mini ice age. I listen to Coast to Coast. Yeah, I've been listening to Coast to Coast for 20 years, Justin. Thank you. All the people we interview have been on Coast to Coast, by the way. Global warming is stupid, says. What is your opinion on nukes causing a Hunga Tunga eruption? Well, small-minded people come up with small-minded answers. And almost everything is caused by a missile. Every volcanic eruption, every earthquake, any phenomenon you can come up with is caused by a missile. And so what we know now is that 100% of all the claims of missiles causing things are fake. So all missiles causing things in the future should be fake until a missile actually causes something. I mean, you must be part of the 80%. Gary Baxter had a dream or a vision that every volcano on Earth was going off at the same time. Yes, Gary, that's called a dream or a vision. Because nothing like that has ever happened. Ever. Volcano is tied to geomagnetic solar connection, question mark. Klaus, that's not an actual question. Just a vague thing with a question mark. So please be more specific. Any thoughts on they having tech up there to dampen and try to block flares? Yeah, there are no thoughts on any tech up there to dampen or try to block flares, Winston. I have no idea what you're talking about. There are no devices in space that can dampen solar flares. But apparently you have no idea the scale of these things. A single coronal mass ejection could be 50 widths of the Earth. So you're suggesting there's a device that's 50 Earth diameters up in space that we built that will dampen these things? That's just stupidity beyond belief. Okay, please continue to ask stupid questions and you will get complete answers. Steve Smith says ice core data from the Antarctic shows the difference in O, 16, and 18 isotopes. Yes, that's called proxy data, Steve. At least someone's learning something. Do we have current data showing the ratio of O, 16, and 18 in rain or falling today to make a comparison? Of course, Steve, you just take a sample of the air. And that's the ratio now, which is why we know that the ice core data is when there was ice, because the ratio is different. So good question, Steve. He is literally asking a very important question about what proxy data is and what it means and how we get it. When there's less ice on the Earth, there's less O18 versus 16. And when there's more ice, there's more O18 versus 16. And as it shifts, that proxy data shifts. So right now we have very low ice on Earth, so you're going to get a very different ratio. Excellent question, Steve. Okay, Al Qaeda. What does he say? Darn it. Everything's streaming too quick. I can only get to so many things. Maybe I should only answer questions where people super chat. So you give me $1 and I'll answer the question because I can find it. Roger says, what's up? What do you think about electromagnetic generators? I think they're great, Roger. Winston Breaks, no, I'm suggesting they are stupid enough to try. Stupid enough to try what? I just gave you the impossibility of the situation. You would need a device 50 Earth diameters, to take anyway. Winston, it's not even a question. Maybe in a few hundred years, yes. Now, no. Adapt 2030 mentions rising food prices and food shortages. Global warming is stupid asks that Adapt 2030 mentions rising food prices and food shortages. Well, yes, hello. Food prices have risen 10% in the last year because of supply chain nightmares. Those are all true. Global warming is stupid. And that's not even a conspiracy theory or question. Those are facts. Food prices are up, and that is true. Shortages, not so much. There's no shortage of anything on Earth. Shortages of them getting to your market, shortages of underpaid employees bringing it to the shelves, yes. There's no shortages of any supply worldwide that I know of. Which is why I completely lost contact with Ice Age Farmer and unsubscribed to him and stopped supporting him because he's full of shit. 2 years ago, he made a video called No More Meat, when in fact, we are at peak meat. We have more animals on the planet than ever before. And if you simply talk to your local farmer, they'd be happy to supply you with all of the surplus meat that they have because they can't get it to market. Hello. Stupid answers for stupid people. Yeah, ridiculous prices of food unless you buy it locally. We're willing to sell you organic eggs for $3 a dozen here. And we're about to have 20 dozen a week. So get with your local farmer and get with the actual producer that has the actual product. There is no short supply of meat, eggs, fish, anything. There's only short supply to the markets. And if you're lazy and that's the only place you get your food, well, then you will suffer shortages, yes. And higher prices, yes. Because the prick that was produced by this government, a socialist nightmare, meant to make you short supplied and pay more. They're basically bankrupting you. Hello. Which is why for 5-6 years now we've been telling you to grow your own food. Yet how many of you have grown your own food? How many of the 80,000 Oppenheimer Ranch subscribers are growing food now? Yeah, it's less than 10%. We didn't even need to predict that. I just told you that because it's the truth. much less than 10% of anyone anywhere is growing their own food because they don't care. They think this is a game, joke. They're simply getting unemployment and working this system because it's going to all work for them. Good luck. None of that's going to work for you. Proper prior planning prevents piss poor performance in the dystopian world that we're now descending into. Who knew? All of you did, because we've been warning for 6 years about it. Yeah, 420's been doing it. He's been showing it on his channel. Amen, Ransom. You are simply one of the few people picking it up, what we're putting down. And we appreciate you 100-fold. You know that. Vegas is one of the best growing regions in the world, David. All you need is some soil. So go buy soil and learn how to grow food. The statement you made is idiotic, and you are an idiot. So I hope you unsubscribe or actually do something based on the hundreds of videos we provided on how to actually grow food using beam, compost, and other permaculture principles. Hundreds of hours worth of videos we've supplied on how to grow food. It's not that hard. You get some soil, you buy a bag of soil for $3, you throw it on the ground or put it in a container. You buy some seeds for pennies on the dollar, you throw it in there, or get a neighbor to give you some seeds, and then you water it and you watch it grow. And you learn as you do it. I mean, it's almost mind-blowing how stupid humanity is and how they don't know how to grow food. I'm only 50, and growing up for the first 15 years of my life, everyone in my community had a garden. And then by the time I was an adult, no one had a garden. By design. The government wanted you to be compliant and only buy food at businesses that are funding them. Multinational corporations fund the government. They make the rules. The rules are you can't grow food. We're not going to tell you about how to do that. And you're going to be a bitch to the system. And that's where we're at. It is terrifying, Steffers J. And can you believe 6 years later, after we started this channel, still the same amount of compliant people? Nobody knows how to grow food. Nobody cares about their future. Everyone is waiting for the government to help them, and nothing has changed. So, wow, what an experiment. 80,000 adults in the house. Well, maybe 70,000, 10,000 people actually doing something. It's crazy. 221 watching, and very few people doing anything. Veterans Cannabis Advocacy Group says, in your estimate, how many civilizations have been undone, destroyed by catastrophe Earth events? They all have. Every time we get to that climate catastrophe flexure point, everyone dies. All of the civilizations get washed away and we start back at zero. This has been going on for at least 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 cycles. Complete civilization collapse and rebuilding. And we're now in the next one. We're at the peak and it's all going away now. We're at the flexure point. We're at the sea level fall surface, the ice age. Well, and luckily for the next 80,000 years, we go into the golden age where we rebuild amazing megalithic societies that have no language and we leave no information except a few big structures and massive blocks, which are mind-boggling because they're all aligned along cosmic catastrophe boundaries. They're all putting in the yuga cycle. The 26,000 year yuga cycle is embedded into the architecture, but not a single book, yes, not a single bill, not a single debt from these societies. It's only happening now. And this is called the Dark Age, when you're all dumbed down and fodder for the masses, and soon will become slaves for the new Golden Age, apparently. That's how it works. Okay, we had a great talk tonight, way past my bedtime, and we actually found out how to live stream on the lame stream, YouTube, where they're going to censor this in a minute. So I'm just going to take this off the interwebs and put it up on Rumble for all to see and actually listen to and get the information, because will be demonetized, and then we will be deplatformed, and then no one will see this video. So that's how that works. So excellent test tonight, guys. Thanks you all for joining us. We love each and every one of you. Thank you, Al. We know you're a scientist. But it's time to end the stream, and we love you all. And that's a boom. See you soon.